Ms. Hanabusa. You claim to be a reformer, yet in 1999 you led a group of state senators to oust then Attorney General Marjorie Bronster after she investigated mismanagement and corruption at Bishop Estate. And then in 2002 you introduced a controversial bill that benefited developer Jeff Stone, with whom you and your husband had significant ties. How do you reconcile this part of your record with your claim that you fight special interests?
Keoki, if you looked at the Bronster decision, it was a decision made by each individual senator. I did not lead the battle, so to speak, though for some reason I am credited with doing it. For me, it was a representation of my constituency. If you remember, in 1999, we had the issue of the voting machines. And at that time, the Attorney General's office took the position that there was nothing wrong with the machines. It was the people of the Waianae Coast that somehow couldn't read, and it was attributed to their socioeconomic status. In addition to that, we had ceded lands issues. We have still a major controversy outstanding, which is called individual claims. In those particular situations, I remember very clearly the position of the Attorney General's office was we must change the criteria after these individuals had gone through and made their case. The Coalina tax credit, which I believe Charles voted for, and I also, as you know, in 2003, the governor also supported. The Coalina tax credit was for $75 million, of which he did not get the tax credit. The tax credit presently sits in a fund to actually benefit any developer who will dedicate lands to important ag lands. That's what happened to the Coalina tax credit. But what it did do, I believe it brought Disney in. I believe it called attention to the coast, and it made the resurgence that we needed after 9/11.
All right, thank you, Ms. Hanabusa. We have a rebuttal from Mr. DeJoux.
Colleen is saying that she had no leadership role at all whatsoever in the ouster of Marjorie Bronster in the wake of the Kamehameha Schools scandal. This is completely contrary to all of the reporting that occurred in 1999. If you look back at the records and all of the reporting there, Colleen Hanabusa was the principal instigator of ousting former Attorney General Marjorie Bronster. And I invite anybody who is concerned about this or interested in this, go back and look at the reports, or even better than that, go back and ask Marjorie Bronster herself what her thoughts are on this particular matter. And I think this shows a clear distinction between myself and my opponent. Keoki began by asking about special interests. I report to no one other than the people of Hawaii. I've been very careful throughout my political career not to ever entangle any of my private interests with my public duties as an elected official. I have never brought anything that could benefit me personally in front of the City Council, the Legislature, or the U.S. Congress. And the people of Hawaii and the United States deserve no less.